Some of the frequently asked questions that we have been addressed. One, from schools. Do all schools get a gym? Absolutely. All schools, the new constructions will get a gym. That is part of the SBA formula now, part of the construction or part of the agenda or part of the details that each school comes with a separate gymnasium. What happens? Again, I think I've addressed that. What happens if the bond doesn't pass? I used the scenario that, again, SBA may give us a portion of the money, but the other portion would have to come from county funds. Are the schools going to be built based on the biggest populations first? Certainly what we're looking at is we would probably start with the central and the west and construct those two buildings simultaneously. Not because they are the biggest, but also, again, we want to look at the north, extending that water. Right now on the current land, we have a water issue. If we can work with the Central Hampshire Public Service Department, extend the water from Route 50 all the way to the Slanesville area, then we would have water. Hopefully the water would be in place the time we're ready to start phase 3 of the construction of the new schools there. Again, we need a water tower for the fire suppression and good quality water. Otherwise, we may have to look at an alternative site where we could dig a well. What is the money that is already comes out of our taxes that goes to school? What is it being used for? Well, roughly that answer is the biggest portion of the money that comes from the tax base or what is already collected through the assessor's office goes to, the biggest portion of it is to salaries and benefits. You think about, we use the example, out of every dollar that comes into Hampshire County, 86% of it goes to salary and benefits for our teachers and staff. That roughly leaves us 13 cents for maintenance, everything else that comes on the agenda. So yes, that's where your money goes to, basically for salary and benefits. What happens to the old buildings? I've sort of answered that question. Again, we will look at, hopefully some of our communities will take on those buildings for community centers, similar to the Grassy Lick community. Maybe demoing part of the buildings, leaving part of the buildings for child care, daycare centers, but doing best possible what we can with the money we have and making the best decisions possible.